they are linked to the outside world only by the frail guidelines they lay behind them. Some divers have paid with their lives for getting lost.
It reminds you that the blue holes are places with their own rules, and we're the visitors.
For centuries, local residents believed the blue holes were inhabited by a mythical monster, a half-shark, half-octopus called the Lusca. In reality, the holes both offshore and inland contain unusual creatures that adapted to life in eternal night.
We have blind white fish, we have little species of crustacean which were thought to have become extinct 150 million years ago, which is twice as old as Tyrannosaurus rex. So, this really is a lost world.
The caves were formed over 100,000 years ago. Then they were exposed when the oceans fell by hundreds of feet during the great ice ages. They are tunnels into time, a journey back into the distant past. While exploring this particular blue hole for the first time, Rob came upon evidence of the island's lost history.
I noticed that in amongst the boulders were objects. When I came closer, I realized that these are actually little piles of remains. And when I looked closely at the skulls, I realized that they had sloping foreheads. And a sloping forehead isn't a modern thing. It was something the Lucayan Indians used to do to their babies. They tied little planks of wood to their skulls to actually flatten their foreheads. And it meant the bones were very old indeed.
Rob left the bones in place. He soon confirmed that this was a major archaeological discovery of a long-vanished people, the Lucayans. It was the Lucayan Indians who were the first to welcome Columbus to the shores of the New World, only to be wiped out within a generation by disease and enslavement. Gail Saunders, a Bahamian historian, helped assemble a team of experts to go back to the Cave of the Skulls.
The Lucayans believe that life actually originated from the center of the earth, and the caves form an entrance. And therefore, the burial is significant because the Lucayans would be returning to where it all originated.
Rob led the expedition to retrieve the bones.
What we found was the largest ever Lucayan Indian burial site that's been recovered from the Bahamas. We found there were parts of at least 16 different Indians down there, ranging in age from, a child probably of about 6 or 7, right through to a woman of about 40, which would actually be an old age for Lucayan.
Rob believes the bodies were bundled and weighted with stones, then dropped in the blue hole in a ritual burial. Study of the bones shows that the Lucayans were short in stature, but they had a superb muscular build, befitting their reputation as great divers. The Cave of Skulls made Rob eager to explore more inland holes. His good luck struck again in 1995 with the discovery of a Lucayan canoe on a ledge 40 feet into this hole. Beautifully carved from mahogany, it's the only surviving canoe from the time of Columbus. To retrieve this incredibly fragile piece of history, Rob returned with a team of archaeologists and a special metal frame.
The canoe was in 2 pieces, so that the whole canoe must have been 7 or 8 feet long. And what I believe it was is some sort of a ceremonial canoe filled with either some offering to the gods who lived in the caves, or perhaps the burial canoe of a seagoing chief. These few remains that we find are all the history we have of the first inhabitants of the Bahamas, the first people to meet Columbus when he landed in the Americas.
Further study of the remains are certain to yield more secrets of their ancient civilization. As Rob Palmer continues to dive into these portals to the past, who knows what other lost worlds will emerge from the great blue holes of the Bahamas. Next, growing oversized onion and tremendous tomatoes.